Great. I need somebody to check for live.
Yep. Notification. You know Jessica T.1?
Yeah.
Just called the name of Hex saying, Burns Cross. So I took a picture of your table. We're doing intros and stuff, and your crops were really sticking out.
That's so funny.
Did you ask if he knows Jessica T.1?
Yes.
I wasn't going to say anything, but...
Holy shit.
Okay, I should turn this music off so we don't get
Absolutely.
Welcome to a little one shot, a little Hexa one shot on a goddamn Saturday, a beautiful gray windy Saturday, perfect day for a little D&D, little Star Wars one shots. Hey, so how you guys doing?
Good. Not too bad.
It's been all right. We're playing. It's been quite a while since we've all been in the same room together for D&D. So that's fun. It's exciting.
First time we've streamed live too.
I think so, eh? So we have a little adventure with our players here. They are currently on a Bantha class assault cruiser, which is a spaceship in the Star Wars Legends universe canon. It's called the Jolo's Prize. It's captained by this tall blue skin species called the Fiorin. This Fiorin is named Captain Krail. Captain Krail Nor.
Describe the Fiorin for those who don't know what it is.
They're giant. Giant. They're like 7 feet tall, thick, muscled, blue-skinned. They've got like 8 tendrils, 4 on each side, kind of rolling down. And this distinct thing about this species is that they just get stronger with age up until the point that they just die, like randomly. They can live for about 100, 150 years, and they don't show signs of aging physically. At a certain point, their body just decides that it's done, and they die. So they really live life to the fullest, and tend to have a lot of experience. You don't know how old Krail is. It's kind of a touchy subject to talk about with the Fiorin.
Ambiguous.
But you are smugglers. This is the period of Star Wars during the Empire, before the Rebellion has really, kicked off. And right now, you guys are on a mission to infiltrate the planet of Dressel, which is a mid-rim planet, a swampy planet. The main species there are Dresselians, and when the face is a prune, action goes boom. And that's what's happening here. Is that there's some stuff going on Dressel. The Imperials had to put a take a closer hand on it, and they have set up a blockade. And you have been tasked with delivering some crates of goods. They're sealed crates, and you are delivering them to a. You have like latitude and longitude of the planet, and there's an area within the swamp that you're supposed to deliver these goods to.
Cool.
And so you are on the way. You're now traveling through hyperspace on Jolo's Prize. You all have kind of your own little cabins.
Mm-hmm. So who else is on this crew? So we have us three, so we'll introduce ourselves in a hot sec. But there's Krail as the captain. Does he have some people with him, or are we just the ones that were hired?
Right now, it's just you guys, and he has some NPC droids that kind of do menial labor around he's got a couple astromechs to help with repairs sometimes. They're a little janky. He has a protocol droid that doesn't work. He's got a cook droid. He's got some load lifters that are just like kind of sit in the cargo bay and they prepare to like bring on cargo or take
Load
off
and
cargo.
off.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Ship and pick.
okay, there we go. We got a couple people.
And then the pilot.
We got Lena and Julie.
Oh,
Sick.
hey.
Hi guys.
Thanks for joining.
Should I repeat everything? We're playing a Star Wars campaign set in the Empire. Our friends here are smugglers. They're delivering some illicit goods onto a planet that is under an Imperial blockade. As a just a short little recap of what I just said.
Short and succinct.
Yes. But we can describe your characters now. Right? Whoever wants to go first.
I'll go first.
Yeah,
My name is
Dragogol. Dragogol is a large 6'4" imposing man.
and I'm not going to talk with my hand in front of my face all the
No, you
time.
probably should.
But I'm a Cuzo, which is a species who are gray and have yellow eyes. On their planet, they have heightened gravity and a very like specific type of atmosphere, which means that I have to have a respirator and essentially like goggles on my eyes at all times. And it means away from my planet, I'm super strong. So I'm this huge 6'4" hulking figure, humanoid, wearing black heavy armor. It's kind of like segmented with ridges on it, and what looks to be like a kind of ornate helm with the respirator like integrated into it. And he's battle ready pretty much at all times. The shield is integrated in his armor. He has a sword integrated in his armor. And you only know the difference of him like being on duty or not is whether he's carrying a spear or not.
Okay.
And essentially going around the ship, kind of guarding probably as I go. I don't have very many possessions, and the possessions I do are essentially credits, and the credits are meant to kind of like maintain and continue onwards through the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
I probably came on board at a port that they stopped through. Maybe Krail saw a listing and was like, "Oh, I know the Cuzo are pretty strong," and then probably hired me, and I came on, no questions asked. Look at the contract, we're like, perfect.
I think it might have been a little different than that. Maybe do you hang out anywhere? Where would be the first place that you would go just to like after you're on a random space station or in a random port? Where's the first place that what was your name again?
My name is Drago.
Drago. Where's the first place that Drago would go?
Drago doesn't really hang out.
Mm-hmm.
He waits for his next contract. And the way that he gets around the system is he strategically just chooses contracts that bring him places.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea for him right now is that his master's died, and he wants to gain as much experience as he can to pass on those like traditions perfected.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's just trying to contract right now and is like putting himself in a flow state of action.
Okay. So, well, you know that like a place, there's always near every spaceport, there's going to be a cantina.
Yeah. Essentially go sit, eat, wait for a contract. And essentially it's like put it up for like quite a bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then as like time passes, like decrease the amount until someone looks and they're like, oh, a Cuzo for that much? And then they buy it immediately.
I imagine you probably, with your imposing figure and your kind of the mysteriousness that's just attributed with your race on account of the masks, the helmets. You probably encounter people who are a little bit, they're not too fond of you, just off on the offset because you're different.
Yeah.
And maybe you came into a confrontation with a couple of these people, and through that confrontation, you met with Krail. And then Krail afterwards is just like, hey, I could use you. Maybe you guys had kind of like a bar fight together. And
yeah, absolutely. Maybe Krail is there kind of like drinking something, and I'm supremely like into honor essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe my fight, like something like flips up and they start like, there's something's gonna get tossed Krail's way.
Yeah.
And I just like grab it out of the air and then like shield Krail with my body and just batter them down like unconscious in front of them. And he's like, hey, I can hire, this guy looks like a bodyguard.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And yeah, he would have probably jumped in with you. He's got these kind of like, he's an old shock boxer. So he's got these kind of like gauntlets that are electrified, and he beats the crap out of people. Up close and personal, kind of like you. So you guys would have had that instant connection of like, you protected him, and then he would have protected you. Maybe somebody was coming at your back, and he like knocked them out, and you guys kind of bonded over that. And he's like, hey, I've got a ship, and I'm contracted to do some work here. Maybe you've been doing work with him for a little while.
Yeah, sure. My motto probably would be like, yeah, for the contract, I would eat the mountains, I would drink the sea. That kind of.
Understood. Krail's like, yeah, sure. Let's just.
Well, like on the ship, and they're like, can you clean this? I will drink the mountains. I will eat the sea. I will clean this.
You say that a lot. Are you hungry or something, dude?
I will have food soon.
The cook droid,
Fourth plate already on the table.
Cool, great. So good to meet Draco. Shoots.
All right. So I'm playing Remoran, a Kodru G. He has basically kind of like black raven hair falling down to like below his shoulders, held together kind of like a loose ponytail, like grayish eyes with like thick kind of hide-like skin with like earthy brown hue. He's got 4 arms, across which you see kind of like stretches this like dark woad tattoo from like the center of his chest like out throughout each of his arms. And like the ones that are like slightly lower, his lower set of arms, and just wears like a simple kind of like beige robe with nice sturdy boots. He would have been kind of just wandering around, just talking to people, potentially getting into trouble because he doesn't know too much about the galaxy outside of his home planet. And he might have met the captain in such a way.
Cool. Yeah, well, we said, did we discuss how you met the captain at all?
No.
No, okay. Well, yeah, maybe you're now maybe unbeknownst to some of the crew, but we can say that you are a Force user. And maybe you've encountered Imperial Force users in the past. And maybe they don't know exactly what you look like or your face, but you're on the run kind of. They don't like me. You want to avoid Imperial how does he say it? Yeah, Imperial attention,
Yeah.
So and you Krail helped you. He got you off planet, and you've kind of stuck with him since. You could say this is after Drago. So Drago, you kind of also helped hide. Would you say your name was Remoran?
Yeah.
So you helped hide Remoran with maybe you and Krail were out on some planet, kind of like you had just finished one of these jobs, and you saw this kid kind of fleeing from imps, and you helped him out.
Yeah, definitely like Grail. He could be an asset.
Yeah, you could see him like he was like wall running and like doing like front flips and like crazy parkour that it takes it not like in Mando, but
that's not something a droid could do.
That's it. So you whisked him away, got him off world, and you guys have stuck together ever since. And I think even before you guys, a staple on the ship would be CJ's character.
Yes, sir.
The name is Pork, P-O-R-C. He is a basilisk, which is kind of like, imagine like maybe like a humanoid armored frog would be good.
So there's two iterations in canon
Yeah.
of Basilisk. There is, I forget the name of the Jedi Basilisk in Clone Wars, but he turned to the dark side,
Yeah.
and
Honkrell?
Pong Krell, exactly, a vilified individual in the Star Wars universe. And then there's Dex from Attack of the Clones, the second one. He's an old friend of Obi-Wan's, and he knows about the Kaminoans, and he identifies their saber darts and tells Obi-Wan about them. He goes, Obi-Wan! Pulls up his pants with one of his forearms. It's a funny scene,
That's so
actually. But yeah.
Yeah, you have forearms too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
So we got two forearmed individuals.
quadruple high five. But the one that I looked at, not this one, is like brown skin. And do they all have the armor?
They have like a armored,
Armored
it looks a little different for each one, like maybe a different pattern or a different shape of the scales. But yeah, you've got like an armored ridge that goes along your head. Yeah.
4 arms, big belly. We basilisk can like store food and water for a long time.
Mhm.
And because of my I have a kind of bad tendency to wander off. So anytime I can get food, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be somewhere solid with enough money to get food sometimes. So I usually just store as much as I can.
You have a habit of it, probably.
Yeah, it is.
Childhood
All
trauma,
these
you
years,
know.
I'm like, if I keep my hands on food, I'll keep it. So I'm an engineer, the ship's engineer. I started off just kind of like working on ships with another basilisk that would just an extra 4 arms isn't a bad thing to have on a ship. So I would help somebody else, and as the years went on, I kind of became good enough to go off on my own. But my kind of weird lifestyle of huge family and on a kind of O job, you kind of have this tendency of if you get too big, you got to go somewhere else. If there's too many of you in a family, pack up and move. You
Everyone's just trying to eat.
Everyone's trying to eat and survive. So I kind of branched off from my family. I'm going to go survive on my own. So I think I just kind of wandered onto the dock that the ship was on one day in between jobs. And I might have seen this guy. I don't know how much earlier I should be.
Well, it's up to you. We can decide this right now.
I feel him and the captain is such an interesting dynamic of these two getting on the ship that I just feel hey, what's your price? I'll be your engineer.
Well, maybe you were walking throughout the port, the starport, and you heard them frustrated. They were all three. They had an engineering droid, an astrotech, that was supposed to be doing all the work, but they've kind of crapped out, and they can only do the basic work, and now they're stuck because they have a hyperdrive issue, and you kind of overhear this as you're walking through, and you turn to them and you go, hyperdrive issue, I might be able to help you out with that if you can help me out with something, and through that you guys formed a bond.
Yeah. What do you say when you walk up?
When I see that your droid's
Yeah, we're just
Chris, this droid is no help.
You're probably kicking it.
yeah, that's it. I kick the droid, look over to you guys.
Honestly, I would probably see it, and I would come up and start helping without even the prospect of getting hired. Just oh yeah, I can help you out. Just start doing
Perfect. And I reach down, grab the droid, rip off its head. And I'm here, you'll need this.
The droid just kind of sputtering.
Grab the rest of the droid, hold it on my shoulder. I will sell the rest of the box. Go over.
Just trudging over to some. Okay. So that's how you guys have kind of all come together. And we'll say you've done certain jobs before, sometimes as simple as just transporting people, sometimes delivering medical goods, and sometimes delivering illegal goods. And this is one of those times where what's in the crates is illegal. You have 6 crates that are they're fairly large, the size of an SUV roughly, you need the binary load lifters that are in the these giant like droids that are just meant for picking up and dropping heavy things. Like you have 2 of them in your cargo bay of the Jolo's prize, and they're the only things that can lift these crates. But you haven't opened them. Technically, you shouldn't open them by what the contract is that you guys have, the agreement. I guess there's no real contracts because this is all illegal stuff. But the agreements that were made is that you're supposed to deliver these things to Dressel. So you guys are right now in the canteen of the ship. You're kind of like in the cook area. It's just the 3 of you, and you are eating. You know you're going to arrive like fairly soon. Like within an hour, you're going to be dropping out of hyperspace. So most of the stuff that you had to have done or that you wanted to have done can already be done. This is just kind of like you're going to be there soon, and you want to get to know each other a little bit, like on screen. Let's have some discussions, and then we'll arrive.
Let's just like run a few scenes or something. Like it's like breakfast time. Like come in, and maybe I was like training in like a room, and like come out and you see like all my grayish skin with like the gray hair slicked back, and the respirator that turns into like goggles over my eyes. And like sit down. Yes, but sit down for breakfast, and it's like.
There's got to be a more efficient way to eat. You probably eat something.
Well, I bet no, because if
Through a
someone
straw.
Yeah.
like this is it. If someone asked me like, I'd like to chew.
Mastication is one of life's simple pleasures.
I miss doing this on my home world.
I probably would. Yeah, you probably would miss it if you're just drinking all of your food all the time. So yeah, what do you guys?
Would you listen to commands from like everybody on the ship, or just the person who you're like sworn to?
That's a good question. I think that like if you gave me a command, I would probably run it by the captain, and he'd probably just
You use your judgment. Like,
yeah.
You are like I would guess that you are like deferent. Like but if it's something like if he asks you to clean the galleys,
another plate of food, please. Draco.
Yeah, if you asked like me to get you a plate of food, I just like turn, look at you, then
To the letter.
and I'll just like give you my plate. It's like, here's another plate.
Yeah.
Get up, leave. I don't need to deal with this.
But it's more if he tells you like, oh, just turn the shields off. You're not going to turn the shields off on the ship without alerting the captain or something.
No, and I think even like to the point of like I'm probably annoying to Krail.
Oh yeah.
Of like someone's like just can you just do this to help me, and I'll like send that as a note like on like a wrist pad or something to Krail.
Data pad.
And
Yeah.
it's like received this order from so and so.
The log.
It's like he just like he always leaves me on red.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's seen it.
automatic reply now. Or, yes, yes,
He's had a discussion with you like, if it's a problem, I'll let you know. Otherwise, just go for it.
It's stop waiting for me to say yes.
You just keep texting him like, is that okay?
Yeah.
Can
Like
you
maybe you
confirm?
come to ask me something, and I'm just like
Yeah.
I like send a message, and just stare at you.
Yeah. I just need to really help with like the system thing real quick. Still kind of new to the ship. I don't know if you've seen this before.
Yes, waiting on a reply from Krill.
CJ, what's your character's name?
Okay. So you haven't seen this before?
I've seen this before.
So you can help then.
I'm waiting on a reply from Krill.
Oh, okay. Kevin!
Huh? What is it, Ray?
Can you help me?
You've received a message, Captain.
Oh,
I need his help with the system thing.
you see, he comes out. He's like in a towel, just.
Muscly for
Yeah, or actually, probably not even in a towel. He just comes out at like full nude, comes out of the shower dripping wet,
I wasn't
or the
expecting that.
refresher.
Actually, I should be expecting that at this point, right? I've been here long enough.
Yes.
Just haven't seen this system thing before. Kind of just start being the systems operator.
I asked for permission to help.
He said he saw it before. I just need quick confirmation.
Yes. Well, maybe talk to Pork. Pork would know more about
Right. Good
the
idea.
systems operator role.
What's happening?
All right. So this. What is it?
So you know that the system operator, he manages the vehicle's shields, sensors, and communication systems. A systems operator can recharge shields by taking 3 swift actions to increase shield ratings by 5 up to a maximum of by 5 up to a maximum. DC 20 mechanics check. They can aid another action to assist a gunner by using a computer use and getting a DC 10.
Oh yeah.
And people have arrived. So sick, I know. The sickest shit. Rainbow.
Hey,
Oh,
Shalim.
hugs.
Shalim, come see our little surprise. Everybody on stream, we're taking a 5-minute break.
We've gotten some visitors. It's cold in the Okay. Hello.
Sure. They'll hear your live crunching.
Well, they can't see them actually.
The disembodied crunching.
Jesus. Janine.
Good sir.
Yeah.
It's from Peter.
It's this.
Yeah.
Posters?
Posters.
Show everyone on
The absolute
I showed them.
doll.
Oh, that's nice. That's so cute.
Ain't it? Adorable.
Should we show them again?
They're cool, not cute.
No.
A little camera shy at the moment.
Come here. Come here, bumper off. Oh.
Who's there? Who's there?
Nobody. Just our loyal fans. Our most loyal fans.
This is so sexy.
Isn't it beautiful?
When did he
This feels good.
do this?
It feels good to have merchandise.
Like Christmas. He's been waiting so long.
It's incredible. Like as soon as the logo got finalized, essentially.
Someone's right there. Watching torpedo.
You got a problem with the Tito's? You got a problem with the Tito's? You got a problem with me?
Got a problem with Tito's.
So you guys were.
Nice character.
Did you catch that on the systems update?
Careful with that table, bud.
So it's either you're either making a mechanics check to deal with the shields, or you can do a computer use for the sensors.
Cool.
Or
Both
you
things
can-
I have no.
Both things you're not good at.
Both things I'm not good at.
Understood. Well, you're learning. You're new to the spacefaring life.
100%.
Jesus, what is happening?
I probably don't explain it to you. I just do it, whatever needs to be done. And just
I'll give you the help action though.
to do whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I know enough of where to. I should have told you where to start, but since I was waiting on my order,
So I do this and touch that button and flick that switch and okay. You've touched. You've gone through 5 different steps. I've only remember the first.
Say don't flick it twice.
I'm using
So
all my arms.
You want to
trying
flick it more?
Look at which arm is doing what.
You like the power stuff.
I have 4 arms, so I
You're like, okay,
at least. But okay, I'm good up to step 2.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
I'll find something else.
You have to make a computer's roll. I think
Yeah.
the DM said.
So what's the issue that he's facing?
Nothing. I was
Okay,
asking what the systems
okay.
were.
He doesn't know how. He's never used them before.
Turn it back on.
He's just thrown himself to the role of the systems operator.
Can I
I
do
was
like
that sounds like something I can do. Let's try it. And then apparently, I have no expertise.
maybe a technology check?
Yeah,
Cool, -1.
yeah, it's like a technology check. Yeah.
I'll do an initial one too.
Is there only one technology check? There's no computer use.
Yeah,
and
no,
mechanics?
just
Okay, it's just
technology.
techno. That's worse.
17 or
Stay in the
a
box.
natural 12.
Oh, what a way to start first roll.
Seriously.
So maybe I like completely shut down everything and then unhook whatever can be unhooked and then rehook it. But like
The ship
as
stops.
soon as things
Well,
like
I think,
pop up,
I think it starts to boot up, and then I just kick it really hard.
But what is it that you're booting up?
I guess the shield system.
Okay.
So I'm like turning it off. The shield's completely turned off from the ship, and then he kicks it as I'm like fixing it up again. Full power.
Damn droids.
Good job.
So what does that do?
It turns the shields off and on.
Okay. So where are we going exactly, Captain?
Well, we're headed to Dressel.
Okay. And then we just drop off these like containers.
Well, first, we're going to have to get past the blockade. We have to run the Imperials.
How do we do that?
Well, we have a few options. I recently installed this newfangled stealth system. That is, it should block us on all sensors. If we can fly straight and true through the minefield, there shouldn't be no issues. Yes, a minefield. It's actually a map, a mine map, they call it, and it surrounds the planet. We should be able to slide right through. It mostly is made for larger cruisers and like interceptors, things of such nature.
Okay.
One-man vehicles, as long as we're not spotted on sensors, we should be able to get by. If we are spotted on the sensors, then the mines might float closer towards us. And then they would also deploy squadrons of TIE fighters and interceptors and...
Yes, let's avoid that happening.
Yes, hopefully.
Anything I can do to help?
But we've done this before, boys. It's just routine.
You have?
Of course.
Yes.
You see me like tying a rope to my spear. I'm just like, I don't like this. Not much a gunner can do it. That's stealth.
We don't like any... As usual, we hope not to need your assistance, and we're glad when we have it.
I'll be ready.
I can monitor the stealth tech if you want. I could help pilot the ship.
Yes, you will, of course, Pork, you install
Yeah.
the system, so we'll need you to
That
utilize it.
newfangled tech. It's not like the old stuff. Just put a cover over stuff and you can't tell the difference in the dark. Need a big tarp next time. Put over the ship.
You know that your technology jimbo jambo, I can't understand any of it.
Let's stay on the ship as we go to hide.
Just walk away. I'm like, I have no idea what these guys are talking about. Don't say that out loud.
Listening with rapt attention, not understanding anything, but just listening rapt.
I can show you how to turn it on and off.
Listen,
Okay.
I must be honest, Ray. I think you should probably sit in a gunner seat with Drago.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah.
There are two of them, and we'll just man the quads, and I'm sure Pork will be able to handle the engineering and the systems operating, and I will command and co-pilot for our pilot friend. Describe your droid, by the way.
Yeah,
And what's his name?
Commonly called. Welcome to our channel.
The pilot droid's name is Hode. H4-UD3.
First
Oh,
rule of gunner
Right.
channel. Don't touch anything.
Should be like H4 dash
Okay.
5 pose.
It is. It has like a. What do they call like a? What's that called?
Treads, tank
Yeah,
treads?
it has tank treads at the bottom
Mm-hmm.
and like a very thin
I guess we could I can show a
kind of
picture.
frame.
I don't know. Here's the ship. Here's a picture of the ship.
If we're looking at it on stream.
Yeah, you guys can see
Okay,
it.
cool. At the same time.
So this is a callback to a adventure that I ran on the first Star Wars campaign I did, which was like, what, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
This is the same type of ship in Solo, the Solo movie, isn't it?
No. Absolutely not.
I feel like I've seen the ship before, and not in the campaign that we ran.
I don't think it's the Solo ship.
Do those two things move at all?
Those ones, no. But on top of them are 2 like quads. And I'm pretty sure they can shift
Yes.
to be on the sides. Like, so, anyways.
Gyroscopic.
And then, yeah.
But it's probably like a very bare bones droid that like I just picked up from somewhere.
Made of scraps.
And there are other scrap droids around that you can kind of either strip for parts or try and repair if you so wish. But now there's not really much time for that. So,
Yeah, you're saying we're gonna use the stealth thing, and we just got to Dressel already. So you gotta turn it on and not turn it off
Oh,
again.
shoot. Come on, let's go.
you actually do need to turn off the shields for
Turn on the stealth?
stealth sensors to work.
Well, I
But-
just showed you how to do it, so why don't you go ahead?
Okay.
I'll give you the
Step
help
1,
action.
step 2.
No, you roll. Roll technology and he'll give you a help action.
All right. Let's see what I got. Okay. Not terrible. So a 16.
Okay, so at 16 you successfully turn off the stealth. Not the stealth, the shields.
I didn't flick it twice.
You were supposed to. I don't know how it worked. Good job, Bill.
Okay. So you guys drop out of hyperspace. You see the planet before you. It's still a ways off as you come out of hyperspace. The shields you turn off. Then you have to turn off your navigational system. You have to turn off. You have to like limit your life support.
Okay.
And you have to like you basically
Pretty much dark.
turning the ship to its bare minimum so that no sensors can read. And then you'll activate the stealth system.
What's most important? Like, is the piloting going to be complicated, or is the like manning of the stealth tech going to be more complicated? Because like stat-wise, I would probably do a better job piloting than the droid would, but
Okay.
I would also probably do a better job doing the stealth tech than the droid would.
They're both important because you don't want to fly into a mine and or make like you don't want to drive
How
inconspicuously.
close are the two stations? Would it be possible to run between? Maybe not run, but walk
So-
through?
Systems operator, engineer, like where you're at, you have one station and the stealth system is at that station.
Okay.
Where you're in the cockpit, Like I don't I'll show you the picture of the ship again.
Yeah, that's one big room, kind of.
Yeah, the cockpit it's actually the thing at the top there. You see that little glass at the top?
that
That's,
one thing sticking out?
that's the cockpit.
Holy
Oh
crap.
jeez. I thought
So-
it'd be like the main mouth part.
You can fit like 4 people in there. Like it's like a little oval, and then there's like the pilots are there, 2 co-pilots, and then there's like the systems operator and the engineer, and then there's like some extra seats, that are just there. So yeah, that's where you are. The only issue with you is that if you need to go and repair something somewhere else in the ship, then you have to leave.
Okay, Hode will like give the help action to the captain, maybe.
Look, Captain, take over. He's been acting up a little bit. Haven't found some spare parts in a while. But I'll man the stealth tech, like you said. And how will help you with the navigation.
Okay,
I gotta turn this off.
so Krail will be piloting.
If you don't mind, Ken.
I hired you also. I didn't have to work. Understood. And he kind of like with a flourish. He's got like this. He's shirtless. He's got these kind of like breeches, but he wears this trench coat like that. He often like flourishes behind him.
It's a captain's coat.
Yeah, and he's got those like shock gauntlets on, and then he's got 2 like heavy blasters kind of on either hip. And yeah, so he'll flourish, throw back his trench coat, sit in the chair, kind of like grab reins, and there's like no power steering really either, so it does get harder to steer when you're like flying dark like this.
But he's got the strength.
He is. You see the muscles are rippling as he's like, white knuckling the grip. So roll me first to successfully turn off all systems. And I'm gonna make his piloting roll.
Having turned off the shields, does that help him?
Turning off the shields does help because it's one less thing to do.
Well, yeah, because if you can't get the help action from that, I'll do a perception check to like look for mines or something from the gunner seat.
Sure, you can roll a perception. I'll tell you one thing: the mines are very easy to see. They all have a brilliant red light, and so when you're looking at the planet before you, the sun is behind you guys, and you can see like the planet is it's got like it looks like it's got like looks like almost like you're looking at a screen covering it because of all these little red dots, and each of those red dots is a mine. Yes.
Is this a street intelligence or
You
tech
absolutely-
or
Is that
piloting
mine? Or
what stat am I using for this?
Tech.
Tech?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's an 18.
And if there's anything you can add to a tech roll or like.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to make sure. Oh,
And just so everybody
I
knows,
have
we're
on-
using Star Wars 5e, which is a wonderful system and website that streamlines everything. So it's very good. Although I am partial to the old D20 Saga Edition style Star Wars role-playing game, I can very much appreciate the 5e.
I do have a tech power called on-off that as long as a device has a clearly defined on-off function, I can do it from 60 feet for one action, and it's a cantrip, so it doesn't cost anything.
Okay.
And I just like just be casting that on the ship.
100%.
I don't like
Tell you
it.
what.
But I gotta say,
If that's an
Same thing.
ability that you have, I'll say with the 17, you only have to do it once, and you're able to turn everything on. You just kind of like beep, 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 and everything. 100%.
I knew perfecting turning things off and on again. Real handy one day.
Why can't I do that?
Well, you gotta have one of these, my friend.
Where do I get one of those?
I picked one up a few planets ago.
Yeah.
I'll try and find you.
Alright.
Perfect. Okay, so roll me that. Did you roll me that perception just to see if you were like? You can roll me a perception to see if you, as you're getting closer, if you think you're on the trajectory of a mine, and you can use that as a help action, kind of for the pilot. I'm gonna roll 4.
That's a 4.
Okay, so you cannot help him, but luckily he doesn't seem to need your help. So now I'm gonna need that stealth roll, which is going to be another technology roll.
If we hold our breath, it'll help him.
23.
See?
Should I have some?
A peek behind the screen, eh?
That a lot makes sense.
23?
Yeah.
Is there nothing there?
Yeah, man. You stealth right by. So the stealth system engages. What that means is nothing. What it means is that if people are looking out a window, they would see you guys, but no sensors will pick you up, and like
Nothing can lock onto us or anything.
exactly.
Okay.
So
But
by this, the mind shouldn't even be able to detect you. Is the hope.
Does it need to be monitored and like adjusted to keep that level of stealth?
Yes, you need to
Actively.
because you can't. It's like almost you have to. It's almost like you have a valve to the power. You can't pump too much power into it because that in and of itself will give you away.
Yes, that makes sense.
So you have to like maintain.
Thread the needle.
Exactly. You're riding the clutch. But you don't really want to. But you have no choice. It's like you're going uphill, baby. You're going uphill. But yeah, you guys are moving through.
I'll tell everyone on the comments. Like,
Do you guys want to
stealth is a game.
give me another perception check?
Perception check.
Yeah, because what you guys can see
Check with my perception.
is as you're approaching, you do see that there are patrols, like TIE fighter patrols. You see like squadrons of 3 TIE fighters just kind of like screeching.
Okay.
Of course, you're still very far off and you're dark, so they haven't seen you. But against the backdrop of the planet, you can see them.
Nat 20 for 25.
So that is 25.
20. Second.
You are able to see a couple, like you can almost predict their patterns, like of how they're like
Moving.
traversing the planet and scanning the planet. And you can tell by the damage to the capital ships. You know, the capital ships that are positioned around. They're huge.
Just like floating and.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they are so immaculate. There's almost no resistance from this planet. So these starfighter pilots are pretty lazily doing the rounds. And with a nat 20, the other thing you can see is that directly in your path is an asteroid field. Because you're kind of headed straight on, but you think now you're looking and you're like, maybe if we go by one of the poles, we'll like have a clearer way
because we're
in.
drifting right now because we can't have anything powering really.
Yes.
So like steering would be difficult around the asteroid belt.
Well, you'd be going through. It doesn't look like it's not like massive asteroids. It's more like debris, but it can cause damage and it can affect your stealth abilities.
Captain, I'm whispering because we're in stealth.
You don't have to whisper through the our personal comms.
Okay. There's an asteroid field coming up. Maybe if we go like up above, it might help.
What kind of?
It more looks like just debris floating about, maybe from other ships that kind of came into this minefield.
What do you? Yeah, could very well be. He's gonna kind of look back at you, Pork. You could hear all this, in the comms. It's open comm, yeah. Although you guys are kind of like on set in like 2 separate parts of the ship, but from your little pod where you are like controlling the quad turbo lasers, you can like look over and see each other like across the ship. I think you can like wave.
I don't.
He doesn't even look at them. Just staring out straight.
Trying to get any attention.
So, Pork, what do you think? Do you think we can thread that needle a little bit thinner?
Can I make a perception check?
You can make an insight check to see if you think you can do it. And I'll give you, because you're trained in technology, I'll give you advantage.
+0, so either a 9 or 14. 14.
Okay, a 14. Yeah, you think maybe you'd be able to power like the thrusters just enough to alter, like you'll power it, will alter our course, and then you can power it and alter the course again. But you think you could just enough so that you can keep the stealth system engaged and not give us up. So
as long as Hot here can just monitor the stealth system and ping me if anything shows up. I'm on kind of a roll today, so hey, what's his name? Fucking Ragu. What's Drago?
Ragu. Drago Ragu.
I'm hungry.
You dare speak to me?
Drago, just keep an
this is
extra
good.
eye out for any
This is good.
stragglers or
This is good.
shifty-eyed fellas out there in some sort of vessel.
I'll make doubly sure we don't
Yeah,
let
okay.
Thank you. Crack like balls. fingers.
Like you get to it, you see Drago like sit
Four
forward and just see
fingers?
a little bit.
Oh no, 16. These four. Not these two. Four, 8, 16. Yeah. And like probably like all 4 arms, because 2 I'm not strong enough, I don't think, without like the power steering.
Mm-hmm.
But since I have 4 arms,
They're all flex.
Beautiful.
this would be a piloting check, I assume.
I don't have that. I should have chosen a better shit for piloting.
Oh, nice. That is a 24.
Beautiful. Yeah, so you engage those thrusters and give me a roll for Ho.
Yes.
Technical.
Roll for hose.
Yeah,
Give
roll
me
for
a
Ho.
roll for hose.
Plus 2. It's a 17.
Yeah, so it seems like everything's okay. He's able to keep it engaged, even though there was like a power draw and like an outburst of power, basically. He's able to successfully dampen that, and you're able to shift and you're flying towards the poles now. So you avoided the asteroid field.
Drago, anything on your side?
I don't see anything.
As you're going, you can roll me another perception check to see if you see something else.
I think I make it. I don't do anything, but because of the foreign biology of my class, I'm probably squinting as hard as I can, like to see stuff. Like, this is not his strong suit. That's a 14.
Pretty decent. You can't see anything. It looks pretty clear. You can't see any like fighter pilots coming your direction.
No issues detected.
Are we getting a cut of this this here deal after we're done the drop off?
You know how it works. I take 50, and you guys split 50.
Very nice. What are you guys gonna do with your share?
And of course, I pay for repairs and fuel the shit. You know, it's not just like I take 50%. I'm also paying for the infrastructure. You know, there's I gotta make money. You know, it's not in this for charity.
I didn't know we were getting a cut, to be honest.
Oh, you're not getting a cut. You're
Oh,
kind of like a stagiaire, you know. So I pay your room and board. I'm not damn, you know.
so I'm not doing anything, apparently.
It's like 50, 25, 25, and then I kind of like I give you an allowance.
Hey, if you need any credits, I don't mind lending you. As long as my bill is full.
He's
Don't
got to learn to
ask me
save.
for money.
Okay, he's got to learn to save on his own.
What are credits?
Are you guys related or something? You kind of.
I kind of like closed comms talk to him on the ship, or is the captain like overhearing everything?
We're different
Um,
species, just entirely.
Yeah, no, you close. All right, I'll show you what the Furin look like. I can show you.
Maybe spiritually? I don't know how to answer that question.
I think Drago cracks his knuckles, puts his hands behind his head, and says,
I'll get a jetpack.
Jetpack.
Been meaning to be mobile for a while now.
This is what he looks like. Show you guys.
It's a little different.
I like the extra arms, extra.
Except this guy's got like these like electric knuckle dusters, and he's got the trench coat. But that's like his face looks like that. Yeah.
and he has forearms.
No, he doesn't have forearms.
Oh, he doesn't have forearms?
No.
Okay.
Simon and CJ's character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
thought it was surrounded by 4-armed individuals.
No, this guy's got 2 arms. No, Krail's got 2 arms. He's just got like little giant biceps. Bicep tries huge. Forearms are just little twigs, little pencil forms.
Each of the shoulders the size of my head.
So it's going to come to the time where you have to position now to head back towards the planet, or else like as you'll kind of like pass and continue with gravity like going around. So you have to like actually angle yourself down. And then it'll be starting descent. And as a co-pilot, he'll be able to help you. He's co-piloting now, you're piloting, and Ho is checking out the comm systems. System operator.
Dude, I feel bad rolling high rolls. Like I want to start
Why are
rolling
you bad?
Don't feel bad. You're getting past the Imperial blockade. Like this would have been a short session if you didn't.
It's,
Blow up
25.
before we reach the planet.
Yeah, it's all about how we escaped the Imperial ship.
25 power.
25. Okay, perfect. Yeah, and he would be able to help you, right? So
That was
okay. I should have rolled to see if he could help you.
Oh, well,
Well,
yeah,
say
I
what you
did.
did.
He rolled an 18.
Okay.
So that's
Hey, I rolled an 18 too.
what's your
Plus
bonus? Oh, okay. He's,
Proficient in piloting and technology.
he is better, but he lets you. He doesn't really want to
I
war.
feel like I missed something.
He sees there as well.
He has more experience as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he's much older than any of you. You're all like youngins to him. That's for sure. Not that you know his age.
I think I like at the end I like put two hands up like this, and then the other two are still piloting.
Easy sailing tonight, boys. No worries.
Yes.
Is that like the pose that everyone takes? Like the captain seems to take it like
I just took
everyone's.
one moment of Drago not paying attention. Oh, jetpack. I mean,
He just leans back and dreaming of a jetpack.
it's just him karate kicking through the air on a jetpack.
So, you guys start your descent, and after you pass the through the minefield, and you get into the atmosphere, then you can engage systems again.
On off.
And then, yeah, exactly, on off, everything kind of turns on, and then Krail takes over like fully and just and starts rocketing through. Roll me for comps.
There we go.
That's a 2.
Unless Hog can, because he was on it before, can you give me the help back? He was mad at you with stuff. Did you say? Oh, you said.
No, I want. He's because you're still the co-pilot.
Yes, right. Okay.
Unless you're
So
gonna,
it's-
unless you want to run, like, well, it's not run. It's like take 4 or 5 steps, but like you can go over and take over.
Then I'll be a 4 for Hog.
Okay. So with a 4, he doesn't notice anything. Everything is fine on the comms. You've engaged, and you're flying towards your destination.
Captain, what's the
Being in the gunner's seat, and it's like a just complete glass like sphere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ramon is kind of just like looking around, and like this is the first time he's seen Dressel, so he's just taking the time to look. Does he see
Yeah.
anything like approaching or?
So you can roll me a perception check, but I can describe Dressel to you.
Describe it.
It is a swamp.
13.
I looked at Dressel because I want to show you a picture, but it just gave me just some swimmer.
Dressel. This one.
Yeah, it's like a swampy world. This is what it looks like from outside. From space.
Cool. Oh, right.
So like marshes and woods. And it's got kind of these floating, not floating, but like these cities that are kind of like on stilts, basically. They are lower technology. Like they use like slug throwers, which are just bullets. Like they use bullet weapons, which in this world are called slug throwers, yeah. But so a little bit lower technology for the most part, but they have speeders, they have things like droids and stuff like that to help out, especially with the imps there. You are trying to avoid going to any towns. You guys have a lot of fuel. You're going straight to this point that's like in the middle of the marsh somewhere. But as you are flying, all of a sudden, alarms
I
start
rolled a
ringing.
13.
A 13? Yeah. All of a sudden, alarms start ringing, and as they do, you see dropping out of like the foggy clouds above the marsh are 2 TIE interceptors.
We got some things following us. They look like large circles with wings, like other ships.
Captain,
They're
confirm,
he's
destroy
seen
or
Imperial
not.
ships before, right?
What is it? You got eyes on it?
Yeah, they look Imperial.
Well, then fire!
Okay.
Immediately.
I don't think it shakes the whole ship.
I'm just shook.
So, is it a dex roll?
Well, we're gonna like do a little initiative.
Ooh. Maybe.
Just a little initiative.
How does it work for the ship? When we're like,
You're all
we're
you're
all
all
the same initiative.
no. It's an individual initiative. Like they're going to be individual initiative as well because they're in a single man ship. But like as far as the gunners will go. Person piloting moves the ship, like as opposed to himself. The ship has health. It has stats. Like
I'm rolling so well today.
23.
What is my initiative on this?
I think it's whatever you're probably the same as
I'm assuming so. Yeah, plus 3. So 19.
19.
3 for me.
Oh no.
Okay, fuck. Natural 1 for the captains.
Strong start. Strong start.
Oh, no.
He'd still be above Pork, but I'm gonna put him last just because it's a natural 1.
At least he's moving the ship, so it's okay. It's not. Right. Cool. There's only 2 of them?
There's only 2 of them that you can see.
Okay.
And just so you guys know, the quads do 4d12,
Damn, okay.
and they get a plus. They get a +7 to attack.
Cool.
Or are you guys proficient in pistols?
Nope. Simple like.
Because these are
micro.
blasters. Okay. I don't, Drago. You're probably not proficient with blasters either.
Hod is.
Yeah, but Hod's in the.
Set him down on his technique. It's gonna help out.
Hey, Brent.
What?
Are you proficient in blasters? With blasters?
Ooh, where do I see that?
Well, you were in your class. You could have seen it there.
Oh, this is not a simple blaster. This is like a military weapon.
Right underneath.
Yeah, simple blasters. Yeah,
I think this is probably Marshall.
Yeah, it's martial.
that's a martial.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like heavy gunships.
Hold on, I have 2
Or
instincts.
ship guns.
Ho gets all blasters. Because he's
Not good. Yeah.
It's mine.
Good question.
I'm not good at blasters, but I try to use them anyways.
Okay, well, first is the TIE Interceptor, so he is going to come in screeching.
Brendan, you got 20?
Yeah, he got 23.
Damn.
TIE Interceptor got 26.
You might be outclassed here, boys.
Well, they're speedy, right? They're very fast. They don't have as much chonk as you guys.
That's true too.
Okay. Okay, so you guys see like these green kind of blasts come in flying at the ship, and they kind of make an impact. The shield is able to
Thank God we
absorb
put everything back
them,
up.
but the ship rocks in place. So I just need a piloting check to see like how off course You go. How low are you flying?
Well, I think the captain's flying now, right? And I was I took a step back and he came in.
Are you going to take control at this point, or because the captain is like last on the list right here? So like it's up.
Like he looks like he's not reacting right away.
Yeah, he's like kind of surprised.
I'm gonna try and dip down.
Okay, you're trying to go low, like skate the forest, or the are you? I'd say right now you're over like the forest. Yeah, because you're kind of getting close to where you're supposed to drop.
Okay.
So you got to get rid of these guys.
Oh wait, but you said it was okay. I'm gonna go up in the fog because they think they came out of fog.
Yes.
So,
You're gonna try and go up and lose them in the fog.
yeah.
Okay. So roll me that power.
Can I roll it? No. That's a natural one.
Oh, a natural one?
Yeah.
With a natural one, as you take that impact, you lose control of the ship slightly, and you kind of careen lower into the forest and kind of skate through the trees, damaging your ship. Your shields drop. So, your shields drop, and you're going to take a little bit of damage.
I'm use that nat 20 now.
Yep. God damn it. Everything's like 30 feet.
Dang. Okay. So, but you're still able to bring, like, then the captain kind of will clamp back on, and he'll help you kind of pull back out of the woods. After that is Dre. Dragon.
I can't use this blaster.
You can. You're just not proficient in it. You. So it's just your dex instead of adding your dex and proficiency when you try to attack.
Okay. I'm sorry. What was the
But
plus to hit with it?
It gave you a +7 to hit.
It was 7 plus my dex.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty. That's pretty good.
Yeah. You just don't also add your proficiency, which would have been like what, a +3.
Yeah.
So you lose that. You lose that one.
Plus 9 instead of plus 12. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. I spoke too soon. That's a 12.
Yeah, that's, so you shoot it. You start firing at the tire interceptors. It's like two guns. The top two will 4 guns because it's a quad, and the top 2 will fire, and then the bottom 2 will fire, and they kind of like
stagger.
Yeah. And so you're like, and the tire interceptor is gonna like barrel roll and freaking fly out of the way, and just and it's like you guys are flying pretty fast, but they're still able to like go around you. These are like dogfighters, and you're more like a cruiser, so you don't have the same mobility.
Yeah. Captain, this is not looking good.
You only have 1 attack.
I have 2 attacks.
Yeah, so try again.
Second attack is a 26.
26 is gonna hit.
You said it's 4d12?
Yeah.
3. And then 5. So that's 8. And plus 9, which is 17. Plus 5. That's 22.
22 damage?
Yep.
Okay. Very chill.
Yeah. And I think I'm not gonna go into a rage. There's no real point for me to do it.
Not in a space battle like this.
No.
You're not in your element at all. Yeah. But the ship has its own it has an auto targeting system like built into it, so that helps you a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty easy point and shoot. After Ray, it's Ray.
So he's going to take a shot. Roll 2. Plus 10 is 12.
Nope, that's not going to hit the... So same thing happens, you're firing. And it's going to kind of barrel roll, go up and down, and it's still on your tail. Are you guys focusing on one, or are you...
I was trying to get the other one.
Okay, you both have your own targets. Do you have 2 attacks?
Nope.
For 1 attack? Okay. So then it's going to be the other TIE fighter. You guys, the shields are currently down. That is an 18 on the die, so that is going to hit. Dealing.
What's our ship's AC?
Yeah, your ship's AC is 15.
Oh,
Your shields usually they do damage reduction of 50 when they're up, but when they get overloaded, when more than 50 points of damage happens in one turn, they get overloaded. They have to be restarted. Then they don't do any damage reduction at all.
Right.
So like,
But they can be restarted and come back up.
yes. It just takes it's an action to do so on the turn of whoever is in the systems operator position. They have to action, make a roll,
Mhm.
and when they succeed, it comes back up.
Me, not really. I color.
What?
Ish, yeah.
For me.
What do you say?
I was asking about the characters, are they melee fighters?
You're
Yes,
not a melee.
no.
I was trying not to
I'm
distract
not really a fighter
everyone.
at all.
Yeah. So yeah. Sorry. Yeah. 40 times.
I don't like the sound.
No, I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3 on damage, and then I rolled a 9.
Oh my god, what a 2 and a 3.
Alright, so 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
Our
So-
shields negate 50 each time?
Yeah.
But if it's more than 50 damage, it
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
negate
but-
anything on the triggering attack.
But if they're doing 15, they, like, everyone's roll.
Yeah.
So with their bonuses, they can do just enough to take out your shields
Okay.
with their full damage if they hit you full damage, right? And it's also accumulated for a turn. The damage reduction.
So
It's
they
not
attack
50
multiple
per
times.
hit.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay,
So
okay.
if both of them hit you, your shields will go down, and then next turn, if they don't get started
Has to go back
before,
up, yeah.
exactly. So they'll have an opportunity to hit you because these are just two TIE fighters.
Yeah.
Like it's and your ship's not a trash, not a piece of garbage either.
How many hull points do you have?
Hull points, I'm not working exactly like that because this is like an adaptation for me from
From the
the
DK,
exactly. But anyways, I know the same thing with the interceptors. Like, is hull points like HP?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So total you have is 225 HP for this ship.
Just to get a sense of like
Yeah, absolutely.
how bad we're doing.
But you don't know how much damage you took from the trees, which was enough to drop the shields. So you know it was over 50 points of damage. That being said, that's Ray's turn. That's his turn. Oh no, he has a second attack. He misses. So kind of like these blasts go all around you guys, and it's Polk.
All right. Buddy, go help one of the guards. Go help Dringo.
Yeah, so he'll take his turn to go and help. It'll take him the whole turn to get there
Can
to one of the
he-
gunners.
I want him to use his action to touch me and give me a temporary boost. So I get
Krail turns around. Is this really the time, Polk?
It's always the time.
Nice cut of ham. You're a nice cut of ham. What a crop!
What a crap. I get a D4 that I can add to the ability check.
I'll take off. I think I need to turn up the shield, so I'll
Ask the captain he can get us up in the fog. That'd be really good. But I need to get these shields back up.
You gotta get them shields back up.
That's what I just said.
doing just that. 14 plus 7, 21.
Yeah, the shields. They turn back on.
We're back online.
There's not full damage to the shield system itself is not damaged. You know that your landing gear is damaged with that.
Is that something I could potentially run down?
Yes, it's something you can because what happened was in sliding to the side, there's the leg of the ship. The foot kind of always stays under, but the whole gear and mechanism comes up and is accessible inside the ship.
That makes sense.
And when it was pulled, the gear kind of it's like something that's came out of the socket.
Okay.
So
Just got dislocated.
exactly, like a gear went dislocated, or like an arm that it needs to be reconnected. So that's something that you can do, or you can try and get
Oh, we can get one of our freaking like
the load
guys
lifter.
or
You can get him to help you, maybe. That might be an option.
I can go down there.
Do you know anything about mechanics?
I know things about popping things back into place.
Okay, understood. So now it's going to be Trail.
He kicked to the shield before.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
true.
he
Just kicks the landing gear.
And he rolled a 3 on his pilot.
No!
So
Plus like 12 though?
Oh, I can. It's another reaction day. It's a bonus action.
yeah, it is plus a decent amount. So he's cool. He's cool, but he's like he wanted to do something a little bit cooler, let's say. But right now he's just kind of like skating above the trees and trying to maneuver evasively. None of you are really checking navigation right now, so that's
Nope.
not an issue.
That is
Then it's going to be another one of the interceptors.
Yeah, the first one.
Yep. A 17, so that hits. Any more d10s? Okay, so that's 21 points of damage. Actually, that was 31 points of damage. My bad.
Oh,
I forgot to add it on. Yeah, shields are still up. And then, but he has a second attack.
I'm like wiping sweat with like my other hands. Like I'm still doing some.
But it misses.
oh my god.
So, yeah. It's going to be Dre, but I have to urinate. So, give me, bear with me.
It's gonna be your roll. Not copyright.
It's slightly offensive.
Yes, it is.
Very easy. Very much so.
The song is called Hot Sake.
That's a desire for a Japanese man, a kung fu karate.
Hot Sake. It's actually, the song actually freaking slaps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Got a
good.
little
It's slightly offensive to watch the video.
a little hydration.
You got some hydration?
I need to dehydrate. Where are you?
Dre.
All right, let's
Crab Rangoon.
grab my gun. Let's just shoot some stuff.
You got it.
Mod 20,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
21.
Fuck yeah.
Perfect. So that's 8d12. Cool. Let's go. 9, 7, 16. Plus 8 is 24. Plus 6 is 30. Then the 6. And then the 3. Plus 9. 17. Plus 4 is 21. So 51 total points of damage.
It is like you hit it, its shields are way down, the interceptor. It's trailing smoke and kind of like dipping and just like like trying to stay in flight, and it's falling back a little bit. It's like sputtering, but it's not destroyed yet. The other one has not been hit yet, but it is Ray.
Cool. Seeing that one of them is about to kind of be destroyed, I'm going to try and hit that one instead.
Mhm.
So a mod 20 was hitting.
Yep.
Cool. So that is 8. And 14. 21 points of damage.
Yeah, this thing erupts into a fireball.
One down.
Yeah, so that one's gone. And now it's the other one's turn. And it is going to, you see it immediately just flies up and into the clouds.
It's gone. I'm scared away.
You hear Krell, he goes, "Not this time!" And he, you see Krell yank the throttle, and
Wait, wouldn't it be down?
Hey?
Wouldn't it be
No,
down?
he's going up.
Yeah.
Small one.
Yeah, he
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yanks on it. Yeah, yanks on the throttle so it pulls him up.
Reverse controls.
Yeah, exactly. It's in red.
Up is down.
It's in
I
red.
thought he's where he's bringing the ship, but I was like, no, you don't want to go down. It's already
Yeah, you feel the ship all of a sudden almost like stop and like it just starts flying up. And with like gravity is weird, so you guys are like all being like thrown around with all these fucking G's.
Captain, we should land.
I can't let it escape. We don't want it to report us. It might have already.
Metal rolling around in the ship because hose like running.
Yeah.
The unactive protocol droid just getting
Yeah,
launched
just getting
across the
absolutely
hall.
bullets. Yeah. So, yeah, it's gone. Krail is climbing up into the fog after it, but it's Pork's turn.
Pork.
Porky Pig.
Is there anything I can do to like repair from here? Like, what are my options in this room?
You can run down to repair. I said Krail will make a suggestion to you to try and block their communications. And maybe take care of the repairs to the landing gear later.
Okay. I guess I'll move over to that. That's like another station.
No, that's at the comm systems.
Okay, cool. For sure. I'll dial in. Use all 4 hands on deck. I have stuff for that, but it's like personal features. I don't think it translates to the ship.
What do you mean?
Like I have something with comms that I can like listen in on comms of other creatures.
Yeah.
But the range is like 30 feet.
I'm going to say that you can use that through the comms of the ship to project it. If it'll let you do it.
It's an action, so I would have to either choose to do that or try to disrupt. You know?
Yeah.
So I'll just disrupt.
Okay. But I'll say if you do that, if you use that, like that tech point, and we can use the flavor of that move, but you can still like use the roll like you can just do the both kind of at the same time.
Use 2 10 points.
What is it?
By like blocking them, you're kind of like going into their channel. And
Yeah,
blocking
exactly.
them.
You're kind of doing both, right? So you can maybe monitor them and block their like this guy's outward chat.
So the monitoring is maybe they have to make a save.
Yeah, that might make sense.
Oh no, it's kind of like read. What's the spell in 5e where you're like reading someone's mind?
Detect thoughts.
Detect thoughts.
Yeah.
If I try and delve deeper, then it has more of a description. It's a wisdom saving throw. But upon casting, I would like hear.
I'm gonna say you have to delve deeper
Yeah.
to cut off the comms.
So I rolled initially.
Okay.
That was a 1. That's
Yeah.
not a 1 that I just rolled.
I'll say roll again because it was unclear on what the motives are.
I'm sorry.
You're rolling so badly.
He was rolling really well before.
He wasn't rolling below a 15.
Yeah, literally for like 5 times in a row. The skills have been balanced. It's 8 plus 7.
Full
So
sense
15?
of
Okay,
security.
15.
Yeah.
And it's a wisdom saving throw.
Start off strong.
Okay, so 15, I'm going to say that
Not so important
succeeds.
DC 15 was
Nosedive.
Literally.
13.
so they fail. So I guess you can just like flavor it because whatever specifically it is, it doesn't really apply.
So you hear him. He's. Come in, command. We were in pursuit of an unknown vehicle, and it turned on us, firing on us. My partner was destroyed. Come in. What's wrong with this thing? And you can speak to him if you want.
Oh.
You have like complete access to his comms.
Hey, no problem. I'll send word up. We'll send some guys to help you out. Just stay safe. Make sure you stay out of the clouds, though. This planet's got pretty volatile atmosphere.
What?
Oh, sorry, I'm on 2 comms at once. Don't worry.
What's your CT number?
We'll send some on your way. I gotta get on the other comms.
Oh, come to the call. Sorry.
So now that's you, Pork. So then it's Krail. So he's gonna try and chase after this dude and enter into the class. He rolled a natural one.
Wow.
So okay.
Split the ship with our ship.
Yeah. So you see, even through the fog, like you get glimpses of them, and you guys are like hot on this dude's tail.
With exhaustion.
Exactly. You can see the streams, like of the jet streams. They're almost like licking the view panel of the cockpit. So he's like, basically he's over like this is the bottom. Like if the cockpit's like here and he's like here, you guys can like fucking like point up and like over the ship to fire at him.
Well, I made it to Rangoon over here.
Yes.
So you'll just give me the help action. He's proficient in all blasters, it says. So he could probably really like just help you out. And you.
He just takes your seat.
Yeah. I'll give him the help action.
Well, let's see. What's because your attack is what 7 plus 3? It's 9 plus 9.
7 plus 2.
I have a 9 plus 7 plus 2.
Okay, so what would Ho be? 7 plus what?
What is this going on?
No,
Dex?
he would be
It's Dex
12
and
plus Dex.
Oh, he would be 12.
Yeah, he's level 5 too, or no?
No, he's level 3.
What's his
That's
proficiency? Oh.
Plus 2, I think.
So yeah, it would be 12 plus his Dex to hit.
So plus 2.
So
No,
he would-
9 plus his Dex.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, 9 plus his Dex. So 11 as opposed to 9. Because his Dex is his
What's your
your proficiency is 2, right?
Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, because yours is plus 2 and his is plus 2 plus proficiency. Okay.
Yeah. That's why.
So
So
he has an extra 1 on
Is
me.
there a
Extra
plus
2.
2?
An extra 2.
You want to take that gamble? I'm rolling like shit.
You have to roll for him?
well, yeah, he has to roll for him. It's his
So
roll.
much metagame.
Can you use my
So
dice?
much metagame.
That's okay.
I'll take it.
Hey,
Sending my kid to camp.
Yours was the better roll. 12 on the die. We said plus 12?
Plus
Or no, 9 plus 2.
11. Plus 11.
That's
So
23.
23.
That's but how many attacks does he get? He only gets 1?
Well, is it the weapon that determines how many attacks?
No,
or is it
it's
okay,
you.
so it's one.
Oh, okay, so then I'm shooting. So that's,
There we go. Now we know.
21. 21 to hit.
21. That's it. That's it.
That hits?
Yes.
Perfect. And they roll again because he's giving me the help action.
In case it's a natty.
18 plus 9, which is 27.
That hits.
Good.
Roll it.
Roll. You give me the help action.
Oh, I thought you were rolling it. Okay. Nice.
Not a natty, but is that 18?
16.
27 to hit.
Okay, so roll me those damage because you hit both.
14, 12 again. We never get to use D12. 3, 7, 9, 11 damage on the first.
Okay.
Really bad. 6, 14, 18, 24 on the second.
Okay.
Yeah, that's much better.
It's going to be his turn. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. It's going to be your turn. Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry. 1 second. 1 second.
It's
Turn 3.
Ray, right?
Reward.
I'm just calling him Ray.
Yeah.
You said 23 after?
24.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did have a question. If I had raged, would it have added the rage damage this entire time?
It's strength context.
No, yeah, that'd be for just for your melee, I think. So now it's your turn.
Are you thinking of worst
18?
character in Star Trek?
18?
Like Ray.
Yeah, that hits. Just hits.
All right, cool.
I want.
That's 8, 15,
Go to the zone.
22, 33 points of damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, it's still up, but it is smoking. It's its turn, so it's going to like disengage and try and flee back into the fog, which means it's going to be you, Pork.
Okay.
You got this.
You can choose to continue to jam him.
Can we scan? Like, do we have a way to like scan to see him?
I'll allow you to do one as a bonus action and one as an action, basically. To like, you can try to block him. I think to continue blocking him is going to be a bonus action, and then you could do an action to try and scan to find out where he is.
Okay. The bonus action I'll do first. That's an attack check again.
Yes,
14.
a 14 to.
To hold the comms disruption.
Okay, so you do not continue. You can. Nothing kind of shuts down, but you can tell that you're no longer in control of his comms. So you block. He's actively trying, like while piloting, to like combat you.
You guys think you can hit him if we can find him in the fog?
We've been hitting him so far.
All right.
His ship's it's trailing smoke as well. You know,
Yeah.
the shields are down at this point. Shields are down. You have any potions?
What?
A natural 20.
What?
Natural 20. I'm like finding
Fine. Okay, yeah. So, next is Krail. So basically, he is going to. I'm going to say he immediately is going to be able to just get back on his fucking tail, which means it's going to be back to Drake.
Let's go.
Me and you, droid.
The droid doesn't like. You notice the droid doesn't speak at all. It can.
Actually, before this, just on his turn, just keep going. Like Krail's just gonna try and ram this dude a little bit and what he does to do that is he kind of like speeds up to go ahead of him and then lays off so that it kind of just slams down on him. So I'm actually gonna make keep going, don't stop. I'm going to make the pilot of the interceptor roll a dexterity save. Or like a piloting save. Okay, but he does save, so he'll take half damage. So, now you guys can go.
Oh, yeah.
Roll again.
But he's 16 or 18, but then it got locked.
He's not subscribed. That's why.
I'm not in that side in.
Next.
I don't know my password.
And that's what it's-
2 hits. Roll me damage, boys.
Anybody else? Somebody else roll a d12.
Yeah.
Do you need more d12s? I have more d12s if you need to borrow.
I gotta find one. I have a bunch.
28 damage.
28?
Yeah, 28 on just mine.
That's my
There's
brother.
another one incoming.
Oh, fine.
5 total?
Yeah. Oh,
Total.
how many? How many
On
total?
40, 12?
Oh, okay.
I was like, that's. I rolled a 12 that round and a 1, so they kind of cancel out, but still.
Look, it's just for one thing.
I rolled one thing. 5 plus 9 is 14 plus 10 is 24 plus 3 is
20 to 27. So 56 total.
So your first shot sends it trailing off, and you freaking follow it. Becomes another fireball in the sky, and you kind of like fly through its debris, and it kind of like clips off the little viewport of both of your turrets. And the captain's going to kind of drift down and go lower, drop out of the fog, and fly over the woods again. And there seems to be all clear. And you'll make it. Well, let me just. You guys got to kind of roll me a sensors check just to get back on track. How about that?
All right.
That'll help us
Calm down.
piloting. And I'll just keep shaking.
Another natural 20.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you don't even need to. You find exactly the coordinates. You're closer than you were, but like you're kind of like, yeah, you're.
Anything like battle related? Low.
3
All
nat
this other
20s,
shit, like okay,
3 nat
20s, 50s.
Beautiful.
Actually, I shouldn't have said that.
So you guys come.
Should not have said that.
You guys come to this compound. It's kind of got like a wooden palisade all around the side, and it's built into like a low mountain that's covered with these kind of like swampy trees. It's got a lot of cover, and if you didn't know where it was, you probably would have like went right over it. And it's not coming up on any of your like operating systems.
Interesting. Does that scare you at all, Captain? Is that weird?
No, it's good. It means the imp's not gonna find us. So
Who's handling the drop?
we're all gonna have a drop.
Together.
And you see, there's a like in the middle. There's like a landing pad basically.
Shit, the gear. Come on, let's go fix the list.
So you're just like circling.
God dang it.
You guys can roll me perceptions if you want. You don't have to still be in your cockpit, but let's just go. Well, we can go say goodbye first.
We're going to stream another 5-minute break.
I'm not at 6, maybe like at 7. I'll push it.
So when I don't have phones.
Your double cameras.
She thinks like half awake. He literally says, I haven't been this relaxed. He proceeds to fall asleep again. I was like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know he's talking right now.
No, I don't.
You knew he was talking, you didn't know what I said.
I think it's
At first, I didn't know what he was saying, and I was like,
she likes to she's so scared. Now laser on the 3D printer. You come back.
Just so we can make more.
Like,
Oh, nice.
Huh?
Of course,
So we can make more merch. Of
he's
course.
going to Alaska.
Make more shit like these. The good shit. The good shit. Go urinate.
That's a very intelligent.
How dare you? If I'm not here, nothing can continue. Oh shit.
Your boy, it was all a simulation in your shit.
It was a mission you were running.
And you failed miserably. Welcome to the academy. You failed.
I'm so glad we got to do like space battles.
Space battle on the planet.
Those are the best battles.
Hey man, look, we got the good.
In atmosphere space battles.
We're gonna do through some sort of rock canyon.
Mm-hmm. Now this is pod racing. Yeah.
Yo, there's an extra one. Try out.
Extra.
Oh shit. Did you give Peter one or did he buy
I
it?
think he got one. So you're in need of a box, eh?
Okay. I can give like a small recap
I'm gonna
of what's
have
going
a-
on.
Brand muted
Who muted?
There we go.
How dare you?
He's not good though.
I say I can give a little recap. The boys are coming to Dressel. They are a group of smugglers, and they're a group of smugglers, and they're coming to Dressel, a planet of prune cases, and they're smuggling in some illicit materials for some rebel group, while this place is under a imperial lockdown.
It's the faces of prune, action goes boom.
That's right. Faces of prune, action goes boom. Couldn't have said it better myself. Prune face! And so right now they made it past a minefield surrounding the planet. They had their stealth systems engaged. They couldn't really pilot properly. They made it through into the Earth's atmosphere and they were ambushed by 2 TIE interceptors. But they repelled them and destroyed them. And now they are hovering over the base, trying to quickly make repairs on the landing gear that was damaged. At one point in the fight, they kind of like skated through the woods. So, please roll me to repair the damaged landing gear. And Krell's like, why did you say it was damaged? Ooh.
We were in the heat of the moment. I didn't want to rebuke you.
Repaired droid probably wouldn't work on landing gear.
Extra pets. That's redeemed.
There's no
Can you pet the DM for us, please?
And there.
That's nice.
Husa.
That's real nice.
Husa.
I need to stay awake, okay?
Husa
I
Yusa.
should have watched
Merc would have been our.
Next time I bring Murphy.
Yeah.
Just didn't want him to scrap when I got home. Avoid that.
All right, but odd doings.
Yes, sir. The 2 of you on it.
Very good DM.
What is this exact?
What is this?
Up to?
You have to update Chrome.
It even says on the DM. I'm not
The
sure.
last time I used this was whenever we were
Dungeon
here.
Master.
You know this, the fact that it's red means
That's how you know
there's
it's
legit
legit.
security concerns.
Really?
Yeah. It goes from
You
green
wouldn't
to
know it
yellow
from my
to
notes.
red over time.
So immaculate.
I'll save your word.
Because it's not text. It's not highlighting.
Are you offended or?
I'm impressed.
A little bit of both. It can be a little bit of both.
Is this like a tools check? Because I have specific proficiencies. I don't know how you want to.
Tell me.
Cyber tech implements, and then pod has Astrotech implements and artificers.
Artificers? I would say you can use artificers. Or like even the cyber tech ones you could.
I have expertise in cyber tech.
Okay.
And you give me the help back? Alright. Expertise is double proficiency.
Maybe not cyber tech.
Hold on, I was gonna say
Not
this is
cyber tech.
absolutely not
Not
cyber.
cyber tech. I meant astro tech.
Okay, you add your proficiency twice. Right?
I think I might have something where like any tools I use.
The callback of being a one shot, you have to learn our characters.
Yeah.
So fast.
Also, the fallback of making our characters like an hour before we started the stream. Well, for
I
some of
made
us.
it last night.
Yeah,
You
my
made it last
character's
night?
easy. He hits things.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
can't be surprised.
That's
And he
true.
can jump really far.
I think I played that class too.
Well, you played the
Yeah.
Force user
Yeah,
version of that,
Marauder.
or the Marauder, exactly.
I played the Marauder.
You played a Berserker, but the Marauder, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Juggernaut's cool because like the goal is that he just runs into people like Juggernaut, and he pushes them out of the way.
Juggernaut, bitch.
So, like this class is unrivaled, like on a bridge. Like I could run through people and I choose what direction they fly in.
That's fucking sick.
So you gotta bring the bridge to the people. The hover platform.
Hey there, building a bridge.
Would I add like a modifier and then if I'm proficient? Okay, what's the modifier?
I would say like it's either gonna be
What is it?
for tools. It's your proficiency. It's just your proficiency.
Just proficiency.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, tools like thieves, tools have like dex and proficiency.
Okay. But like if it's like mechanics tools, I guess it would be like, what's your as an engineer, what is your attribute? What is it?
Technology is
Intelligence. So I'm gonna say it's add your intelligence.
So it's either +4 for me or double proficiency for Han, which is 2 + 2 is 4. So 10. So I'll just say that fucking Pork does it.
Porky boy.
Porky boy, roll a 4 and a 5. So you get
Positor's getting your tools.
9.
He's just
Yeah,
he's just a gopher. Go for this, go for that.
I think it's a 9 on repairing. Fucking land.
A 9?
Yeah.
A 9.
Yep.
Like 789.
79.
You do not repair the landing gear.
Need some extra droids on this. It's really fucked up.
I can't keep circling. They look like they're not too pleased with it.
I got this. I'll go down.
It's gonna
Can I use strength to try and to bend it into the way I want it to be?
Roll me strength with disadvantage. Not because it's a disadvantage on strength, but because it's a disadvantage. Yeah, you don't know what's supposed to go where, and yeah, there might be things that are broken that you can't. You don't.
Just land on this however it is, Captain.
Okay, that's not so bad actually.
This is the strength or athletics?
It's strength. I mean, it's just gonna be
Just
strength.
pure strength.
Yeah, pure strength. It's not about athleticism.
I don't have proficiency in athletics anyways.
Yeah.
That's a total. You said disadvantage,
Yeah.
so a 15.
15.
Not bad.
Not bad. You bend it into place, and you are able, with the work that Pork and Hoff are doing, you guys together put it back into a manageable position that, like, you're gonna have to get out by the emergency hatch because the landing gear is like it opens. There's like the landing gear, and then the hatch opens like can only open when the landing gear is extended. The main hatch.
Yeah.
Which is going to cause an issue because you won't be able to get the crates out because that's how the binary load lifters are.
Mhm.
So you're not gonna, if you land like this, which you kind of have no choice right now. You're not going to be able to get the crates out unless you destroy the Dura steel glass like panes in front. Because I'll show you the ship again,
Yeah.
just so that everybody.
We'll fix this on the ground.
So
I'll bend more things into shape. Take us down, Captain.
So this is what the ship looks like. So you can see that giant loading gear is kind of fucked from the inside for them, and they can't extend the bridge for them to get out because they're going to land on it all fucked up. So there's some emergency hatches up top, and they'll be able to get out by there. But the crates that they've been paid are still trapped inside the cargo bay, which is where like those panes of like glass are. So you'll have to destroy those to get the crates out if they want to get the crates out before they fix the ship. And it's going to be an emergency landing. Did you end up getting the shields back up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless they dropped again.
No, I don't believe
They
they did.
haven't yet.
No, because they only had 31 points of damage, and at this point, there's enough time has passed that you would have been able to reset them. So, okay, but Krail rolls a 23 to land. But well, it's disadvantage. So let me see. No, 23. He rolled better. So, he successfully lands in a way that doesn't endanger anybody and doesn't further damage the ship. And you guys can disembark.
So this is where we're gonna bring the crates. Is there a specific spot? I don't really see. Is there any building or something that?
So you can see a bunch of makeshift kind of huts, and then you see like caves and caverns that kind of go into the kind of hill that this palisade kind of surrounds. It's a lot of Dresselians, and there's some Falleen. So Dresselians are prune face, and Falleen are these kind of green skinned lizard people, very humanoid, but they have green scaled skin, and they have black top knots. And there's a couple hook around, which are these kind of they look kind of ogreish dudes. But mostly Dresselians. And one Dresselian is going to kind of walk up to you guys, and he's followed by a Falleen.
We can't open the main gang plank.
I mean, we all come outside to the side and I'll shield, extend, spear, and lead the way for the captain and the crew, and then stand aside.
You guys can roll me a perception check as you guys kind of you're standing on top of the ship now as you guys come out through this trap. You guys are standing on top of the ship. Through this trap, I don't think you'd be able to bring your droid, Pork.
No.
Not well. You might be able to. You roll me a strength check to carry him up.
Is there a smaller droid that I can take with me?
Not really. He's pretty small. Even an astromech droid would be the same. And these astromech droids that you have are too fucked up. They couldn't be able to jetpack out like other ones.
Strength check is a 5.
17
Yeah, so
perception.
you can't climb the ladder and carry him up.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
We do have to fix the landing gear.
if I see that,
Yeah, maybe.
Right here.
did you say anything? You're like, I'll see you at WoW.
What if you guys do the talking and I try and fix the gear from the inside? Because we can't get these crates.
You can't fix it from the inside. You there's a portion that needs to be fixed from the inside, but it needs to be fixed from the outside because you extended it to land as you could.
Oh gosh, I think I need an extra pair of hands.
You have
4.
You need 6 pairs of hands.
Can you really use that jetpack?
That is correct. I go to start descending the ladder if you don't ask me anything.
That's fine. I can handle it. Keep saying hero.
Bunch of boss will get more humanoid than Trandoshans. I can grab a picture of what all of them look like.
I like this new method of screen sharing where you just hold your phone up to a camera.
I don't give a fuck.
Just like
It
It works.
These guys, they use they're like the Black Sun Pirates.
It's very story time-ish. I love it. It's like, I'll show you kids what we do.
Well, if you could help me get my droid down the ladder, then that would be sufficient. He asked me, so I didn't want to ask help. But somebody asked me if I needed
throw it up.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay. Okay.
you get up there and then it just lands right next to you.
All right.
And he's just standing at the bottom, and you're like, how does this fucking you're like a skinny little kid too.
Yeah.
Well, you're not a little kid. You're 20, right?
Yeah.
Early 20s, but I guess Skinny dude.
Kitten.
These force
You know you're old when I'm referring to a 22-year-old as a skinny little kid. But yeah.
Look, we all went there.
So
And then I scamper up.
yeah, scamper up, close the hatch, and then you can kind of like all slowly get off the ship.
I think Ramora's kind of just gonna like sit on like the ledge of the ship and just like swing his legs and just keep an eye out.
Okay, understood. Krail is gonna walk down and like clasp hands with the Dresselian there, and
Got one behind him.
guys, meet our contact. He's an old friend of mine. Call man by the name of Wheels.
Hands on sight.
All
Alright, Ramora starts taking me out.
Wheels is a callback from the original Star Wars session that we used to play.
Papa Wheelie.
He's a traitor.
He was a character who they had trusted and
Betrayed us.
who betrayed them quite
Several times.
factionally. Yeah, you trusted him, then he betrayed you, and then you trusted him again, and then he betrayed you.
Never again.
And then you know, you
Like,
I don't know his name. I'm too
No
far.
third chance.
and this is my associate with a pirate band. His name is Zaltrok. He just kind of, it's the folly. He's like tall, well built, and he's just kind of like look at you guys. And then the Wheels is going to continue. Looks like you guys fell into a little trouble.
Nothing we can't handle.
Impassive face.
I'm looking up at you.
What was the question again?
Looks like you got into a little trouble.
You can tell that just from the ship? Well done.
We can see the battle from off in a way. The turbo laser fire. Looks like you guys handled yourself pretty well.
What were they doing here, even?
Well, that's kind of our business. We got a little operation going on. They're hunting us. We got different cells operating in other parts of the planet.
I want to get off this planet quickly.
Those imps ain't gonna know what hit them with that stuff you brought us.
I want to ask.
Well, you gonna take it out?
That battle, we sustained some heavy damage to our lightning gear, but just give us a moment. We'll get this stuff out.
Yeah, no problem. Why don't you guys hang out, relax? Our enclave is Sioux Enclave, and just take your time. We're not in a rush or anything.
Oh, you got anything to eat?
And then Krail's gonna look over.
Spice.
You got some of that too. Krail's gonna look over and goes, "Listen, we just want to be paid on our way out." So, and he looks pointedly at you. You got food on the ship if you need it.
I just wanted to know what this planet's cuisine was.
So let's talk business. Come on, Wheels. Leave me inside. Show me around. And Krail's gonna head off with Wheels and Zaltrog.
I'll follow as
If you go to follow, I stop you.
well. He said we could chill.
You see my black death mask turn to you. And I just say on the comlink and not out loud. I was just like,
Krail is
"Fix the ship."
gonna turn to you. He's gonna kind of bring you in close and go near him. He's gonna say, "Stay with the guys. Make sure they don't get into any trouble. We don't know what unsavory types are lurking around here. Just trust me. I'll be all right." And he taps you on the shoulder, takes off with Wheels.
So I nod, and then I want to give the impression of I relaxed a little, and so I'll let my spear kind of in a little bit so that it can go on my back. So I do that, kind of holster the spear, the shield goes back into my armor, and then walk with you. I'll turn you around, maybe push you, and go to repair the ship.
So what are you doing now?
Can't have any fun around here.
You want to take a look around?
Sure. Are there trees around?
Yeah, you're on kind of like, you know how it's like a bunch of archipelagos kind of like in a swamp, and then there's swampy archipelagos, and then there's like oceans, vast oceans in between. Well, vast, like so you're kind of on one of the smaller archipelagos, whereas like this enclave is maybe a third of the island. It's like the center third of the island, let's say, and it's covered in woods.
Okay. So Ramorn is just gonna like on all like six, basically just gonna like leap off the ship and grab onto the nearest trees, which like climbing it.
So there's no trees around you because
That's what-
it's
yeah,
cleared
so-
where the
yeah.
palisades are, but the trees are very tall that they actually offer cover. These trees are like maybe like
Mhm.
40, 50 feet tall.
How close is the nearest?
And they have
one?
like really, really wide trunks. Like a lot of these buildings, some you can see now you're looking around, there are actually buildings built into the trees around you guys.
How close is the nearest one?
The nearest tree is maybe 300 feet. Like, and then you have to climb over the palisade.
So we're inside the village. Like
You're inside the enclave. You landed inside.
Okay. Okay, so then.
And if you're looking around, you can now see that inside there are like anti-air craft.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and just
Turrets.
climb the like just jump onto the palisade
Yeah.
itself.
Sure, just roll me like a athletics or an acrobatics.
What's my acrobatics?
I need to stop shaking my leg.
17.
17? Yeah, no problem. You freaking all six limbs just scamper up the palisade, and you can hop off the palisade and grab onto a vine and just Tarzan into the trees.
I'm looking around.
All of a sudden, he's gone in a flash. You watch him go. You're like, shit.
No, I asked him to go, and then I turn back and I help you freaking repair. I start to unbend what I bent.
Okay, so you guys start working on shit. Roll me like more repair checks.
I realized as we were doing other stuff,
Uh-huh.
I didn't have another tool that I have and that I have proficiency with, which is Tinker.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. So have the help action from at least one of my boys.
Yeah, whether it's me or the droid.
So that is a 7 plus 6, so 13.
I thought there was another natural one.
They're very close to each other.
You're supposed to be out of combat, remember?
I
Out
know.
of combat.
A 13?
No, 7 plus, 13.
Okay. What did you roll? You're helping him, right?
Yeah, you want me to roll something to help him?
Yeah, I'll try.
Oh, wait, no, plus intelligence.
Because he has his droid helping him too.
I don't care.
So
You're all helping him.
17.
Okay, 17. That's a little bit more copacetic than 13.
Strength.
17 plus 4.
Oh.
So 21 in strength.
Beautiful. Yeah, you're able to do the heavy lifting. So, like, even though you can't get the binary load lifters out, and usually they would help you like prop things into place. Yeah, Dre's just like fucking just breathing through his mask, squinting really hard.
But no one can see that.
Nobody knows. It's just glowing yellow eyes. Yeah, and like you're able to do the finer kind of tinkering, and you get your droid to like weld and stuff like that.
But if I can, I would like to show off my strength to the enemy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You like take off your cloak or something like that, and you're just kind of like, oh yeah, just like absolutely showing off.
Essentially.
Beautiful. Okay, so it's going to take you 2 hours, but you're able to repair, and you actually, you're able to like. You get some more equipment from the ship, like things to like jack up, like the ship at certain points, just to help you like get it into place, and you're able to fully repair the ship in 2 hours.
Does that repair any of the like hit points that we lost at all?
It just repairs the landing gear.
Well, we're gonna have to fix up the ship a little more at a later time, but I think we can get the shit out now. These crates.
Yeah. So you descend the loading ramp successfully, and you can get the binary load lifters to start to unload these large crates.
I'm gonna come waiting for Ray.
So that took 2 hours.
What have you been doing? Ray, what have you been doing?
How big is the encampment?
The encampment
It's about 2 hours.
and
big.
like the small settlement like outside that's hidden in the trees.
Yeah.
There's maybe like 1,000 people living there, living and
Like
operating.
in
there.
2 hours, can I?
Yeah, you can
have
scour.
gone
You can
around
pretty
the
much
whole thing?
scour the place in 2 hours. Yeah. Like it's not a dense forest, even though like the canopy is
Also,
super dense.
A quick
Because of how
thank
big
you.
these-
Got another 3rd month subscribe from Shai. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Shy.
Shy. Shy, why'd you
Thanks,
come on?
Shy.
Come on.
But cool. So roll perception.
What are you trying to perceive?
I just want to see like if there's anything that's. I mean, I know it's kind of more of a shady place, so like I can't just look for anything shady because I'm going to see it. But like something that would be that I perceive as a danger to us specifically.
You can already tell that there's a bunch of dangers to you. You guys are in a ship that's surrounded by anti-aircraft.
Okay. Then I'm going to be looking for where we can turn off the like where would be controlling that
Okay.
and where the captain went.
So though that's in your mind, that's probably the same place.
Okay.
Captain went off with the leader of this. So you would imagine that the captain is very close to, if not exactly where the operations of this
Then I
base
would have
are.
followed them in the trees.
Okay. So you follow them into the trees. They're kind of like in the enclave, and they head down into a tunnel. And this tunnel is roll me a stealth check, by the way, because I assume you're not just like following them outright, or are you?
No, like I'm still in the trees as much as possible.
Because he had asked you guys to wait behind.
Yeah, that's why. Like I'm in the trees. I'm looking out. I'm keeping an eye out.
Mhm.
So like, but that I see as an important thing to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
So let's see what I got for stealth. So dirty 20.
Very 20. Okay, yeah. So you are like pretty stealthing through the trees right now, and through the canopy, because the canopy does arch over the enclave. You
I
are
also feel like anybody that might be in the trees with me, kind of thing.
where you are. You're particularly skilled in being able to do this with your ability to use the force like fully, and that's more and more rare these days in these days. So yeah, nobody's up here in these in this canopy like that. It's very thin over the enclave because the trees are thinner there, and it's so thin that there's holes so that you can land ships. But
Nothing like that right now.
so yeah, you're able to see him enter into these underground like cave complex. There are guards at the entrance to the cave, but yeah, he goes in and you lose track of him.
Yeah, but like the general direction of the place is to like a building, or is it all underground?
Yeah, no, it's all underground. You can't see a building. Like maybe it goes to a tree on the other side of the palisade that they use as a settlement, because like inside is like all of the stuff, the martial stuff that they need to like.
Not the barracks.
But outside within the tree buildings, that's where people sleep and kind of are living.
Okay, cool. So yeah, and then I'll kind of just keep an eye out for like if there's maybe not I know there's gonna be obviously guards and patrols, but if there's more of a heavier presence potentially that are like amassing around the ship, I might like.
The Florida Everglades is a lush ass swamp.
Florida Everglades?
Yeah, like the Everglades.
I have a picture.
Born on the Bayou, baby.
With the gays.
Louisiana. This is a lush ass Everglades.
But what's a lush ass swamp? I'm asking chat.
Oh, that's the one that's on you.
Yeah.
The Everglades. That's a swamp.
But what does it look like?
Yeah,
What is the Everglades?
What constitutes the lush part?
Lush means green. Like a lot of
Just
green,
green.
a lot
Just
of,
a
lot of green light.
green ass. It's just green AF.
Yeah, like the trees and a lush is like when like it's the vibrant life. Like
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what is vibrant, bountiful life in it? Like what kind of life are we talking here?
trees and
Trees?
Flora
Yeah.
mainly, not as much fauna.
Yeah, well, not just trees. There's other plants and stuff like that. There's probably.
I'm trying to imagine this. Okay, you
Yeah.
need to tell me all the details.
You imagine the details.
Buddy.
Imagine a swamp, buddy. There's like weird ass snake creatures. There's flowers like with giant petals and purple and orange and flecks and weird pollen floating through the air.
Oh, this
Whatever
is
you want,
starting to
baby.
sound lush.
You see a green ogre kind of just leaving an outhouse.
Yeah. It's a hook, but yeah,
Yes.
a green hook.
Eats an onion.
Talking to this weird donkey-looking beast.
Landed on the Shrek.
Why do I want wheels to be like 3 feet tall now? Mirror, mirror on the
This
wheels.
is a completely flat back.
Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man.
Yeah, so then I'll come back to this, or when I get his calm, I'll explain. Like, I was following the captain and went underground.
Well, it probably didn't take you 2 hours to follow the captain there. He walked there immediately after you guys
Sure,
got off,
yeah.
right? So it was like 20 minutes. Now what are you gonna do? You're gonna
Then
go right back?
how big is the civilian compound?
It's big. You can spend 2 hours exploring that for
I
sure.
will.
Okay. You're going off through the trees. Are you like stealing things? Like maybe you don't realize it's stealing, but like are you opening baskets and taking things? Like maybe you're landing on people's balconies and like
Mostly rooftops.
okay. So rooftops you wouldn't find much. You'd maybe find like roll me like an investigation.
But like, I don't think I have good investigation, to be honest. Let me see here. Investigation is +2, so 14.
A 14, you find hidden in like it's not really a
For
rooftop.
like interesting things too. So if it's not like that.
There's not really
interesting,
rooftops.
I'll
The
keep
only
in
thing
mind.
you can really it's like balconies and ramps or the like branches of the trees themselves. So if you're like investigating, you'll be on like a balcony, and I'll say like tucked into like what are those like a hole in a tree there? What are those called? Like a nook?
Oh,
hollow.
Yeah.
A hollow, yeah. Like into a hollow, like there's
Yeah.
like a knot exactly, and there's like wedged a blaster pistol. You're able to find that.
Oh, interesting. I've never used one of these before.
You just gonna steal somebody's blaster, and eventually you're able to find like these tack. They're like these small monkey creatures, and
Have I seen them before?
you've never seen them before. They're like blue and they have like white frills, I guess, and they've got these like long prehensile tails, and they make this really annoying noise, like this kind of like weird ass fucking noise. And you also know that they have these like glands that there's these pheromone glands that somehow you can actually ferment them to create this alcohol.
Alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Called Teresian ale.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Immediately upon seeing them, I get distracted and start following.
Yeah, so you follow them until you hear the exactly Coda called that. You hear the comm, and you can head back to the ship.
Yeah. What? What you need?
Who's coming?
I'm coming.
Okay.
I like look almost as if I could see him in a direction because it's my signature move. Just we're about to unload and leave. Return.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll be right there.
Return. I love that.
Just acting like a Sith. I walk towards where the captain was.
Okay.
Has he been there for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Is that normally a good sign or a bad sign with the captain?
Captain does as he will.
Yeah, you know what?
On the way back, I'll still look for that like more than military presence? Kind of like, is there an amassing of soldiers or like mercenaries around the ship now? Like, is there like more people posted on guard outside that spot where the captain went?
No, it looks the same. There's still 2 people on guard. You don't know if it's the same people. You can't remember. There's people at guard posts all over. They're manning like towers and turrets and stuff like that, and people drilling in the yard.
But no change in the amount of personnel.
No, and nobody's seeming to pay any particular attention to you.
Cool.
As you guys are repairing it, you guys can like talk about what you were up to, and eventually Krail will return with wheels, and Krail will congratulate you guys.
Well, I'll go. I go to get him.
Yeah.
Knock on the door or tell a guard.
Basically, like as you're going to get him, I'm gonna say like he's walking out and he's like arm in arm with wheels. Actually, like arm in arm, like
Elbows.
Dancing
yeah. They seem a little drunk, honestly.
They've been drinking.
Yeah. Wheels. It's so good to see you again, my old friend. And Wheels doesn't look old at all. He's like a younger Wheels, and not a zombie Wheels or anything like that. He's gonna look up at Krail and go, "Krail, you bastard. We should do business again. We can always use a guy like you. And your crew. Any crew of yours is a crew of mine. You hear that? You're my crew."
Nod.
Sounds good to me.
Well, I all paid you up. It looks like you're unloading. So, we'll just take a gander at the merchandise, make sure everything's good to go, and we'll set you on your way.
All right. Need a hand?
Yeah, sure, help me here.
I got that.
So they're gonna go to open.
Forehead, Joe.
They're gonna go to open one of these crates. They're about the size of an SUV. You can lift the top, and then like the front half will kind of come down, and the 2 sides open, and it kind of like a big smoke, almost like a Borderlands. When you open a crate. And inside are these weird materials, and this is also going to be a callback, but it looks like there's weapons inside, weapons and armor. But they look like they're made, I can't really show. They look like they're made of living flesh.
Okay, gotcha.
There's this kind of weird staff that almost looks like a sawed-off tentacle or like a snake because it's got a head on it. This armor looks like it's made from a living crab of obsidian, and they've got these small little grenades that look like beetles. And Wheels goes, "Look at this. One of these can stop an Inquisitor's saber." He's holding up one of the pieces of armor. "Damn thing bit me. We're gonna have to tame these beasts."
They're alive.
Yeah.
I know.
This is Vong shit, baby. It don't get more black market than this.
Hey, I didn't hear anything about nothing. All right.
This shit was just a myth. But now we got something, and we can finally fight back. And as he says that, alarms start to blare off on the camp. And you see all the turrets start to point in the sky. And screeches appear. The all too familiar screeches of TIE fighters in the distance.
Posture check.
And
Posture was so bad.
out of the sky, you see the fog and the clouds kind of bustle away and clear, and a giant Star Destroyer
Damn.
is approaching in the air.
That ain't good.
And as you're all looking up at this, we're gonna end our session.
Oh, damn. What a cliffhanger on a one
Was
shot.
it the
Exactly. Everybody's rushing to and fro.
Shit, it's an old school Silent Hill alarm.
Yeah.
That's down in the camp, actually. That's
Yeah.
going.
That's exactly it.
The old Dressel just going like.
Thank you all for watching, for playing, for listening, for joining me.
And don't
On this
forget,
little one
you
shot.
can buy the Hexagon carrying cases right now for $100.
So cool. I don't know. Can we actually? I don't think we.
You can sell yours.
Oh, yes. I
You
don't.
could sell
I
yours.
don't want to though. I don't want to. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks for.
You all level up.
Whoa!
And maybe we'll
One-shot
continue this
level up.
one shot. And again, this was actually a campaign. This was the first session of a campaign that I ran a while ago, but with some
Years ago.
twists on it. Yeah, like 6 years ago,
Yeah.
5-6 years ago. So there were some recurring NPCs. There was some recurring themes. The planet's the same. But last time it was a different era of Star Wars, and they were helping the Republic. It was still an Imperial planet, but it was the
Yeah.
Imperial remnant who
Yes.
had control over it, and there was a peace between the Galactic Alliance and the Imperial remnant, and they were helping them deal with like terrorism or whatever. So that's what you guys came to do. But now it's different. You guys, it's an Imperial blockade. The Imperials are still in power, and you are smugglers helping these early pockets of rebels. Yes. So maybe we'll continue it. Maybe we won't. It was nice to play in person. Nice to see you.
Play Star Wars
all.
again, too.
Nice to play Star Wars again. Once again, if you guys are playing a Star Wars session and you like the 5e system, Star Wars 5e online, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So many options as far as force powers, tech powers, species.
You got a character
You know,
creator
the
there.
character creators
that
are
works
incredible.
really well.
So, yeah.
Little free advertising for him.
Fuck yeah, why not?
Yeah, appreciate the service.
And I'm drinking Coke tonight, but as always, please squirt. Sponsor us. The delicious and wonderful
Nutritious grape.
taste of grapefruit squirt. I would just IV that, or just directly into my mouth constantly. I live for squirt.
Amen.
Hells to the end.
And,
Anything else? Are we
find
Hexagon?
us,
Or-
all on all our socials.
Oh yes, Hexagon
Plug it.
TTRPG everywhere.
Hexagon TTRPG. Every platform you can think of.
Yeah.
That's not true.
It's true, but
Mastodon.
Our normally
Sorry.
scheduled sessions are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30.
this one was a little impromptu.
Yeah,
live
this was
session,
like kind of
see
like
how
out
it
of
worked,
nowhere.
set up.
It was kind of a trial run of being in person because we might start to do that a little bit more as well. So yeah,
Thanks so much for dealing with us.
thank you for putting up with our little blocks and wheeling and dealing. Yeah, and we're Hexagon, so turn it off.
Good night, everyone.
Go out. Get out of here.
Bye.
I don't want to be on camera anymore.